guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm excited to have you join me today. On this video I have a whole collection of books. So these are some of the books I've read this year. First of all, I am so happy because I've read so many books. I've read 30 books this year. So out of the 30 books that I've read this year, so these are 12 books that I would recommend. I was planning on doing 10, so we'll say these are 12 books I would recommend for someone who wants to start reading, or actually it's not someone who wants to start reading, but even someone who wants to start reading. But these are 12 books I've read this year that if you've not yet read them, I think they are genuinely a good read that you will enjoy. I enjoy different genres of book. I have memoirs, let me actually separate them. I have God, I don't know how to say that, God kind of books. And then I have self-improvement books, which are so many. And then I have novels, and memoirs. I'm actually shocked that I've only put one novel here. So I might as well start with it. Verity. If you've not read this book and you love novels, I promise you will love it. I read this book in, was it 2 days? I think 2 days or 3 days. This one will hook you. It's a good thriller. And then Michelle Obama, Becoming. This is the book on how the becoming of Michelle Obama. I'm actually eager to try Barack Obama's book. And she has a new book called The Look. I really hope I'll get it because I'd really love to read it. And then we move to, this is another woman of God that I adore, Priscilla Shirer. This is an old book. It's based on the movie War Room. I wanted to rewatch War Room again, which I didn't. But so I decided to read the book before I rewatch it. I didn't watch it, but it's a good book. I bought my mom this and she loved it. She loved it actually. Loved it. And we'll just open randomly and then I see if I can read you something from here. The devil can't make us feel judged. He'll try turning us into judges. So this is another one. It's called God is in the Small Stuff and It All Matters by Bruce and Stan. Oh, this book was a good book. This was slapping me. Turn this side, turn this other side. Others determine your reputation. You determine your character. This is a good one. Character is made by what you stand for. Reputation is what you fall for. Third one, Commanding Your Morning by Cindy Trim. This one. This book, light is not only the absence of darkness, but it's also the yoke-breaking presence of God, the liberating essence of truth, and the mind-transforming potential of every revelation of God. It's all that is good within and among us. Your life is a reflection of your most dominant thoughts and meditations. Then we move to a whole load of self-improvement books. I genuinely think we are a sum total of the investment we put in ourselves, from the Word of God and from the knowledge out here, because knowledge is out here. Read books, listen to podcasts, those good things. In no particular order, actually. This one, The Defining Decade by Meg G. This was a good book, considering we're in our 20s. What better to do with our life than to know how to define our decade, to define this decade. This was actually a good book. I enjoyed it. It has a good perspective on your 20s, how to maximize your 20s and not to postpone life to later. Knowing you want to do something is not the same as knowing how to do it. And even knowing how to do something isn't the same as actually doing it. It's a good book. The Communication Book, 44 Ideas for Better Conversations Every Day by, I pronounce them, It's a simple read. You can say it's actually a very simple read that has a lot of good nuggets. Nothing in life is as important as you think it is while you're thinking about it. Lewis hosts. He hosts a podcast called The School of Greatness that you will love if you love improving your life. It's a really nice podcast that I've enjoyed listening to. And they're married, and he's married, and they had twins. Such a blessing. Okay, besides the point, make money easy. When you see this book, you think these are like tips and tricks into, making money. And they are, only that it's a lot of mindset. It's very mindset oriented. When our relationship with money is off, it disrupts our pursuit of a richer life. Money multiplies your ability to fulfill your mission. Atomic Habits. I'm sure every person who reads books has recommended this book or has read this book. It has appeared in their life because this is a very solid book. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Worth your time and money. John Maxwell. I was introduced to John Maxwell by a friend, and boy, oh boy, when you read his books, you'll want to read all his books because he speaks very easily. I actually read this book a bit fast, and it's not that small. He's very precise, concise, clear to the point. Leadership, he's very leadership oriented. So he has a lot of leadership books that are very important. This is Today Matters by John C. Maxwell. The greatest gap in life is the one between knowing and doing. Mel Robbins. She has the Mel Robbins podcast. I'm sure you know about it. So she wrote this book, The Let Them Theory, and there's a whole movement around it. And the idea is just let people be. It feels easier to avoid because avoiding means that you don't have to face it. But easier now makes it harder later. Avoiding the hard conversations now won't make them any better next year. The Let Them Theory, a really good book and an easy one. Finally, landed as the last one. This is genuinely one of my favorite reads this year, and he's writing another book, and he's very impressive by so many scales. I read this book. It starts in a very sounds a bit like a gloating. That's how it starts, and then you get into it and you're like, how are you this young and this impressive and this deep? And then you listen to his podcast. I told you guys, podcasts, authors, there's something. The Diary of a CEO, there's a podcast called The Diary of a CEO. Steven sits down with very impressive people, and he's very thorough in his interviews, genuinely. I have enjoyed listening to. He's very deep. He's well researched, he has a good team, and they have this whole system of making the guests get comfortable, from the temperature to the background music to the water they serve you to the kind of seat you sit on. And it's all about 1% improvement. 1% improvement or effort into making sure that the final result is excellent. If you don't care about tiny details, you'll produce bad work, because good work is the culmination of hundreds of tiny details. The world's most successful people all sweat the small stuff. Actually, that's their mantra, sweating the small stuff. We don't have to be smarter than the rest. We have to be more disciplined than the rest. Get this book. So, if I was to read, those are my 12 books. That's one book a month. You're sorted for the whole year. You know the thing with reading, find a genre that you enjoy. This is my current read. In case reading is a habit you want to build in 2026. Something that's helped me so much is having a reading companion. Have someone that you read together with. That really helps. I have a friend, we keep each other accountable. You know one trick that he taught me? He reads two books at a go. Let's say this is my main read. So if this is the book I'm mainly reading, I take a smaller book, like a novel or something. I take a smaller book and then combine those two. When after I've read this, after some time now, I pick this one. Because when you're reading one book, you might read and then you're bored and then you don't want to read. Now the period that you don't want to read this, you're reading the other one. That's one. Two, something else that has helped is have books ready. Like have unread books on your shelf. Like when you have loose money, consider books as a way to spend that money. That really helps. Three, don't pressure yourself into reading books that are too heavy. In this sense, like if, for example, if I enjoy novels more, but then I feel kind of, maybe I should be reading more self-development books, then don't get like 5 self-development books. Like introduce a different genre, pole pole. One book at a time, like a different genre, try it this time, then finish that, go back to what you enjoy. For me, actually, this is something that has helped me. Because I read a lot of self-development kind of books and leadership books, I started incorporating novels. When I feel like I'm getting into I don't want to read, I pick a novel. Because then a novel, is it a novel or a novel? A novel will keep you on your toes. Like you want to know what happens next. Then you find the genre that excites you, and then that adds to the books that I've read. That's what I think actually that's I've read at. Because then in there are like bits of novels, and then inside there now it buys you time to recover. Like I'll read a deep book and then I'll take a novel. Read 2 deep books and take a novel. Like I exchange them that way, then makes it easier. Make habits easier. So if reading is the new habit you want to build, make it easier by incorporating it into something you're already doing. Like for example, if you always do your devotion in the morning, then you know every day I have to do my devotional. So you say, after I read my devotional, I'll read 1 chapter. Or before I read my devotional, I'll read 1 chapter. If, for example, what else? Coffee in the morning is a thing, and you usually take your coffee while scrolling. You could incorporate that, say, while I take my coffee, I'll be reading 1 chapter. Or after I take my coffee, I'll read a chapter. Incorporate the reading habit into habits that are already existing. And for me, finally, this has actually really worked. Placing the book around me. If the book is shoved in your shelf, you will not see it. You'll not even feel guilty for not reading it. So if you come, like at work, I always have a book on the desk. I might not even open it the whole day, but there are times when I have like a pocket of time and I'm scrolling, I'll be like, Grace, you need to read. If I'm in the house, the book is just on the chair or somewhere. I just need to be seeing it around me to be reminding me, Grace, you're not reading. You're not reading. And then you read. Sometimes you just read 2 pages and then 2 becomes a chapter. Actually, yeah, don't bite too much. Don't bite too much of a goal. For example, you don't have to say, I'll have to read a chapter, a full chapter. It's just the same as the Bible. You don't have to say, I'll have to read an entire chapter. It could be like, I'll read 1 page. Read a page a day. Read half a page. Be like, I'll just read 1 page. 1 page, and you close the book and put it aside and go. Pole pole, the habit sticks. But you have to be intentional about building it. And reading is one of the beautiful habits. I love reading. I really hope you enjoy this kind of content. Tell me down below what you want me to do for you. Exercise. That's it. Thank you so much for joining me. I am glad you're here. Thank you for being here. I'll see you next time. Bye.